Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
Hello.
Hi. So we are back. It's episode 211, and it's Friday,
I'm
and
home.
we're going to Disney again on the 23rd, and that will be the last time on our current pass.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk to you
Make it
about the
sound so
pass.
dramatic.
It is kind of dramatic because
Our last time.
well, we'll talk about that a little later, the whole pass
Our
situation.
last time going on a Saturday in 2023. 'Cause
Yeah.
somebody added more blocked Saturdays for Believe Keys. Well, not somebody.
Well,
Disney.
it's partly my fault. So,
It's Disney's fault.
well, sometimes you shouldn't. You should look before you leap.
True that.
So we have a new giveaway. We gave away the what I think was an ugly backpack. And I think Caitlin won that, right?
Yes, which
Yeah.
is fitting because she loves villains.
That's cool. I know she hasn't won in a while, so
Yeah.
I'm glad I guess she might be the only one that likes that. No, we had a
Yeah,
few
because
entries.
even when Erin said if she won, she'd give it to Caitlin. So Erin's like, it's ugly to me.
I don't know. Man. She had a lot of people rooting for her to win that, which is weird. But yep, we do all our drawings at random, so it is what it is. It's the will of the force. I have that other backpack that I still don't know what I'm going to do with, but
I think I know.
yeah, well, we'll talk about it. And then we have a new giveaway for the month of September. It's starting today. And this particular giveaway will end on the 30th, I believe. Yeah, September 30th. So you got a few weeks to get their stuff in. And that's it. That's all you need to know. No. So we're actually going to be giving away another Magic Crown.
From Moms with Magic Crown. And the one we're giving away is the Frontierland one. I haven't had a chance. I've been slow. It's been a rough week. So I haven't had a chance to post a picture yet. But I will today or tomorrow.
Well, you can always go to her page and you can
Yes.
actually see. I'm sure she has pictures of it.
Yes, she does. Of the Frontierland one. I think that's another one that's sold out, but she still has the picture up.
Right. So, yeah, all you have to do, and these crowns, and you've looked at the pictures from our parks, times at the parks. Tracy's always wearing them now, even on rides. So she wears all the stuff that she buys. All you have to do is direct message us via Facebook, Instagram, or send us an email at info@ropedroppingknowledge.com. For every medium you use, you get an additional entry. And the question is, and this is kind of cool because you can imagine wearing a magic crown. What is your favorite Disney photo spot?
Ah.
Or if for some of you, because I still know there's some of you who still haven't been to the parks, what would be your favorite Disney photo spot? And that doesn't have to necessarily be at the park. It could be on a cruise. It could be at a resort. But on any Disney property, what's your favorite photo
Or
spot?
non-Disney property, too, because you can even be on, that Disney Museum
I
in
guess.
San Francisco.
If it's Disney related.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
Disney. Yeah.
But, that's all you have to do. Must be 18 years older, live in the United States. Again, this contest ends at 11:59 p.m., September 30th, and we'll be drawing it on, I guess it's the 1st.
Oh, yeah.
It's only 30 days in September. So, alrighty. We did give away the wallet.
Yeah, we were found. We were caught off guard because we were like, I guess we were just sitting and drinking and eating a soft pretzel.
Yeah.
And yeah, a family came up to us. The father, Hector, came up to us like, "Excuse me." Like,
Well,
so,
no, yeah, because we weren't even at our favorite place where we're typically,
Yeah.
stoked at.
but
we weren't at.
you did post where we
Sonoma.
were.
Yeah.
That's why they found
Son-
us.
But it was kind of weird because I kind of did like a wide screening shot, so I
Yeah.
didn't know if people would know where it was.
Yeah.
But I
But
guess
they
they
happened to
recognized
be
the
there.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're usually kicking it at Sonoma Terrace, but we were over at Paradise Garden.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I thought because there was it was really packed that day. And I thought they were coming over because we were sitting at like a 4-person table.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, they just wanted
Yeah,
to
the
borrow
seat.
chairs.
Yeah.
Like, I was
'Cause
like,
the
oh, yeah,
people-
go ahead and take
yeah,
the chair.
yeah.
I was, we're not using it. But they were like, no. So, yeah, this is other agents of the North Colorado. So Molly sent them.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the family's name?
Well, Hector, I forgot the mom's name, but the
Lorraine.
girl's name is Analea.
She's the student. She's
Yes,
the little.
she's the girl who won. She's the little girl who won the wallet. Analea. But it was the whole family, and in the picture there was one more member that you couldn't see in the picture, but he was sleeping in the stroller.
I know. Yeah, so we have the picture of the entire family up.
Yeah.
Really nice people. And, they were kind of like, didn't want to bother us. And we were like stoked. We're like, wow, we actually got found.
We actually have somebody who came up to us.
I know. So, like, don't be shy, tackle Tracy. No, do whatever.
Yes.
So, yeah, we already put that picture up. So it's been up for a few days. But yes, congratulations.
Oh, now we have to figure out what we're going to bring next.
Oh, yeah, we got to figure out our next giveaway because we have one every time we go to the park. So we just need to announce it before the 23rd. We'll have something.
Yeah. Not something giant like that Krogu wallet
Oh, is that
Hopefully.
too big?
for me to carry.
Yeah, you can carry it. It's not
Especially
heavy.
now that I have to carry a fan because it's
Well, we don't know how
hot
it's
all
gonna
the
be.
time.
Hopefully it'll cool down.
going to be hot until the end of the century.
All right. So congratulations to them. So those are our 2 giveaways right now. And we will probably be doing another spoiler giveaway when Ahsoka ends.
Yeah.
And
Now, we do have an Ahsoka giveaway, but you have to listen to our other episode to
Yeah. So our last episode, we gave away the secret
code
word that you have to send in to Johnny,
Mm-hmm.
but you have to send it in with 2 other code words.
Mm-hmm.
One from his episode 64, and then one from the latest episode of Tim and Adrian's podcast, Dreaming of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
And so they have a code word.
We just reposted. Johnny just reposted the instructions,
Yeah.
and I shared it, and I pinned it to our profile.
Yeah. And basically,
So.
this is for a Black Series Ahsoka Tano Force Effects lightsaber. These things are bad, man. These things
I
are
don't know.
cool.
I was trying to do the sound effect.
Yeah.
It sounds like Austin Powers or whatever that guy is who does swing.
Awesome powers. All right. So, yeah. So that's a giveaway. You can, basically follow us, give the code words to Johnny by, I believe it's October 1st.
Whenever the last episode is.
Well, that's when it's going to be done. But I think I gave a deadline of, it's the Sunday before the last episode.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but just follow the post. And, yep, you can win this thing that is very valuable and will make you a threat to any dark side users out there, except me. I practice, all forms, all 7 forms. So,
I don't even
Don't
know
try
any
it.
of them. I know Jinsu.
Yeah,
What's the one in Solo?
Solo. There is no. Well,
No, but Kira said she
Oh.
learns it.
that's a martial arts.
Yeah.
Terraskasi. That's not a lightsaber form. That's
Oh,
a form of
Never
martial
mind.
arts. No.
I don't know anything.
Yeah, joking. Most people don't know that. The fact that you actually know that means you know
But
more
there
than
is a
95%.
Gensu or something, right? or is it called something else?
There's it's yeah, it's not called Jinsu. You're mixing two together.
Oh,
Yeah,
Su?
Shen is like the reverse
Shen.
grip
Oh,
that she
that's
uses.
the one Ahsoka uses.
There's a Toro. There's a lot of them.
Oh,
We could do a whole episode on the lightsaber form.
There was one
but
that Bane used,
there's
but I forgot
Vapad.
what it was called.
Yeah, yeah. He uses the heavy style. I forget which one that is.
Hmm.
It's the same one Balin uses though. Yeah. So that's it for giveaways for now, but we'll have a lot more. And stay tuned. All right, what's up?
So we had a Disney day.
Yeah.
Our last Disney day, not our last Disney day, the last time we went to Disney, which was last Saturday, we did a lot of different things that we don't usually do.
Mm-hmm.
We just decided to make it a Disney drinking day and then a late day because I wanted to close down the parks. So we started later. I don't know, like, did we start at 2 or something?
No,
I mean, we
late.
got there earlier, but we just didn't start riding and doing stuff till later.
We were in the
we-
park for a while, and then we went back.
Yeah,
So we started at like 11, but then
but
went
we didn't
back.
really do any. We didn't select any Genie Plus stuff until
Oh yeah,
later.
we didn't do
in
any
the
rides
day.
until later.
Yeah.
No.
Because we wanted to start later.
We just stacked them.
Yeah, and then we did some stuff that we'll talk about in Taste Talk, but we did Trader Sam's,
Mm-hmm.
and then we went back and took a nap, and then some things we did different was we went on the Millennium Falcon, which we never go on that, and then
Smuggler's Run. Yeah.
Smuggler's Run. We closed down the parks. That was different. We were actually there when they did the announcement, like, oh, happiest place on earth is closing.
Yeah, she wanted to close it down. I'm like, okay, we'll close it down. You're the one that's gonna need a nap. Not me.
I did take a long nap.
Yeah.
And then we walked into Oga's Cantina at 10 o'clock.
Yep.
And it was like no wait at all.
Yep. After
Nope.
10,
Mm-hmm.
because we got our drinks at 10:30.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was fun. That's something we rarely do.
Yeah, and I didn't know that the line would be so short, like towards park close.
Yeah,
you
me
know?
neither.
And it was just like, yeah, walk
I
on
mean,
in.
there were still people in line, but it was like they walked right in, and then we put our names down, and we're like, "How long's the wait?" And they're like 5 minutes, and then they just called our
yeah,
name
it
right
was
away.
only like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So that's kind of hard to get an Olga's reservation. So that's pretty cool. Because we were just walking by. We were on our way to the Millennium Falcon, and we still went to the Millennium Falcon
Mhm.
after that. Because you only get then 90 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, it's a 90-minute. They said it's a 90-minute voyage or something, so
Mhm.
or something like that. No,
Yeah.
no, that was Trader Sam's. 45 minutes at Oga's.
Oh,
not
yeah.
90.
So
45, 2-drink maximum.
So I guess we could talk about Trader Sam's is still a really cool experience. We'll talk about all the food and drinks later, but I think that it's probably still one of the most iconic places to hang out.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a show too.
Yeah, it's
Like,
always a show.
It's like being in the tiki room or something.
Yeah, people.
It is a tiki room, but
Yeah.
it's like every time someone orders a particular drink, there's a different show.
Yeah,
And it's like 4D type of show where water's being splashed on you and stuff.
yeah. Well,
It's
It's
volcanoes
with a
and
spray
lightning.
bottle, but
Yeah.
it's not. It's
But
not.
still, it's like raining, you know.
It's not like filler magic while it's coming out of the ceiling. It's
But still, it's
but
40
it's still pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
volcanoes.
Talk
and-
about cast members,
Yeah,
those
they have
there,
fun.
Yeah, they're definitely having fun. Yeah, the pictures light up, and
Mhm.
and the lights. There's a light show, so yeah, it's like a tiki room with people
Mhm.
instead of birds.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a fun experience.
We went there before. We just haven't been there but since before the pandemic.
Yeah, it was a while.
Hmm.
And then we did go get our magic key magic bands,
Yeah, so that's.
and that wasn't bad because we were over at DCA,
Mhm.
and we figured no, well at first,
Then that's why we went back to the room because we didn't want to carry him.
yeah,
So
at first we were into what was that place? It was in Cars Land, and I guess they don't have as much. So
Mhm.
they were sold out. So I was
Mhm.
like, oh, that's okay. Because we were supposed to get it at Paradise Pier, and I forgot.
Yeah.
And so then we're like, I was like, oh, they're not going to have it at the Emporium if they don't have it here, or not the Emporium, Elias and Co.
Mm-hmm.
But they did have it at Elias and Co. So
Yeah,
it wasn't
so
bad.
we got them.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're ever going to open them, but because
Just keep them as souvenirs.
yeah, because they sold out, and I don't know if they're going to make any more. So
I
they
know.
might just be collectibles. Yeah, but yeah, and then I know that they were when we left the Paradise Pier Hotel, they were
They were still available.
at there.
Yeah,
They-
at
they-
that
they-
gift
it
shop.
was announced that they were sold out in the parks, but then I went in there and took a quick picture. So they still had some in there. Obviously, they're going to be sold out by the time you hear this.
Mhm.
But that's a nice. It's a nice. I don't know if I call it a hack, but hotel gift shops will sometimes have things
Mhm.
that are sold out in the other shop, and people just don't think to look there.
Yeah.
So if there's something that you really want and it's park wide,
hmm
always and you can't find them anywhere in the park, always go check at the gift shops in the hotels.
Yeah. Especially Paradise Pier when it's kind of out of the way.
Yeah, it's across the street.
Yeah.
and
So,
people won't
but
go
that
over
I
there.
was talking to Carrie at Toll with Float about this, and she's like, "You guys get all the cool stuff. You guys get all the free stuff." And I'm like, "What do you mean? Don't you guys get perks?" Like, we just get that magnet. That when you first renew, you get the magnet, and then it's like even then it's hit or miss. I'm like, I thought you get like I don't know. Don't you get your own entrance at the parks? She's like, oh yeah, one turnstile. I was like, oh. Well, don't you get like magic nights? Because we get magic mornings.
Mhm.
It's like, no, that's only depends on when they do it, and they haven't done one in a
Oh.
while. I was like, oh, so you don't get anything? Like, she's like, no, you guys get sunglasses, posters, buttons, magnets. I was like, all right, I guess we shouldn't complain about being magic key holders because APs don't get anything except an entrance, one turnstile, one special turnstile. So, so yes, I told her I would mention it.
So, so let's talk about Oga's real quick.
Oh yes, Oga's.
So that was the other place we went. So we went to two like themed bars,
Mhm.
and Oga's is still fun.
Yeah.
I mean, we went. I think early on. I don't know if it was the first day we went to Galaxy's Edge, but it was pretty early on when we did our first one because that's when we had the
I
fuzzy
forgot
tauntaun.
about our first one. I remember going with Dustin and Maricor, but
No,
I
we
forgot.
went. We
if-
went before then because we had the fuzzy tauntaun and.
Oh
and everything.
yeah, and I bought that mug.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that was probably 2019.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was still
I think
fun.
I'll do it again.
It's fun. It's a good hangout
Mhm.
place. Totally different than Trader Sam's. So, the Jet Juice. We'll talk about that.
Yeah,
And
that's what made it fun.
yeah. Yeah. The aesthetic. The way it looks and everything. You forget how much effort they put into it.
Yeah.
You kind of go to Galaxy's Edge now. And if you don't go, you take it for granted.
Yes.
But it's like wow, the detail.
Yeah.
It's still amazing to go in there. You really on a Star Wars bar, and especially since Ahsoka's on now, it's kind of like cool to
Yeah, it's cool to
go
be
in
like,
there.
hey, I'm in this bar, Especially because we had our quote seat was against the bar, so we stood at the bar, so that made it even cooler, more
Star
interactive.
Wars-y.
Yeah.
So definitely fun. DJ Rex still spinning.
Mm-hmm.
Got some pictures of him. And yeah, and we closed it down. We went to
So, what did you think about closing down the parks, like Disneyland at night? Because we usually go in the morning and we're home by 8, or we're out of the parks by 8.
I started not. I mean, when we first went, we closed down the parks. But I think that I stopped doing it because of staying
Fireworks
off.
crowd. Yeah.
Well, because we were used to just stay off property a lot,
Mhm.
right? And we still do mostly, and
Mhm.
and we will be in the future.
Mhm.
But I think that when you're staying on property, it's just a lot easier because you don't care about the crowds as much.
Mm-hmm.
And when I talk about the crowds, I mean the crowds for the shuttles going to Toy Story parking lot, or the crowds for Ubers, or it used to be taxis.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have a big taxi line
Mhm.
that we'd always rush to. Trams,
Mm-hmm.
parking if you're
Yeah.
driving. I mean, it's just a big
hassle,
a
yeah.
big mob. So it's just like you've been waiting in line all day, and then the biggest lines are at the end of the night, and they're not
Right.
even for rides.
Right.
Well, they're for rides, but not
A
cool
ride
rides.
home.
Yeah, for ride
The
home.
tram ride, the shuttle ride.
Yeah. So to me, it was like, let's just get out of here before the fireworks crowd, and if you get there in the morning, you still spend like if you get there at 9 and you stay till 9, that's 12 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
So to me, that's like a while. But I'm speaking as a privileged like pass holder, magic key holder. I understand if you only go once a year, you're going to want to go from open to close.
Right.
So, but as far as closing down the park, I think it's fun because once people start getting out of there, the park becomes chill again. Like after 10.
After 10, after fireworks, crowd disperses, goes home, whatever, kids are tired.
Mhm.
Yeah, it is pretty chill. In Galaxy's Edge, it was like really chill. And then some of the rides, we were on the Matterhorn during fireworks, and that was
Yeah.
cool.
That Matterhorn is weird because the last time we were on the Matterhorn was during the parade.
Yeah. And
Or at
this-
least one of the last times we
Yeah.
were. And then we caught not only did we catch fireworks, we gone up and we were out in the open part of the ride when it was going up. And then right when we hit it, the finale hit.
yeah, and
So
that
it was
was
like
really
boom, boom, boom,
cool.
boom,
I
boom,
wish I
boom.
had my GoPro or something.
Yeah. So that was a cool experience. I think the only time we've seen a finale on a ride was on Thunder Mountain.
Yes.
And then that was pretty cool too. But yeah, it's outdoor. I mean, there is something about being on outdoor coasters at night. It's
Yeah.
just better.
Yeah.
It's a better experience. It's more fun. The Matterhorn is scarier. Well, not. I don't even think it's a scary ride, but it's more thrilling. I should say.
Yeah.
You can, like the stare at the goat on Big Thunder Mountain. You can stare if you go on the right side, you can stare at the Yeti the first time you see him, but I don't recommend it because it can jack your neck up because it'll still have the same effect because really it's just the whole staring at the goat, staring at the Yeti thing is basically just centrifugal force,
Yeah.
right? It's like you're already getting whipped around,
Right.
but what you're doing is you're letting your head become a little detached from your rest of your body, so your body's more like a whip, and because all the sensations in your head. So when it's the same thing as like when you're in the last car of Space Mountain or Thunder Mountain, it's like that centrifugal force is going to whip you around. So staring at something, and it can be anything really, it's just right before a turn, is going to increase the centrifugal force within your own body plus that of the actual ride. And that's what it does. And so you're just like, whoa. And it's just kind of
Yeah.
like this is, like slinging a baby around, which they tell you not to do. It's like,
So don't stare at the Yeti. Stare at the goat, not the Yeti.
yeah, because the Matterhorn's way too jerky.
Yeah.
So if you have a bad neck or you want to develop a bad neck, stare at it. But if you don't, it was like I was staring at it just because I was just like, wow, it looks cool in the dark. And then all of a sudden, boom. So you could try it, but I don't recommend it. Yeah, it was really fun. We went on Star Tours, Space Mountain, because we stacked all these things for the end of the night. Millennium Falcon. What else did we go on? Big Thunder. Yeah.
Yeah. We were going to get on. We had what's funny is at the end of the night, we had a lightning lane for Buzz, but since nobody was getting on it, there is no lightning lane. Like
Yeah.
they were like, no, there's just one line. There's no lightning lane because it's a 5-minute, it's a walk on for everybody. So I was like, okay. So we walked on, but then right when we were there,
In the middle of the queue.
the cube, we were almost there, but it just stopped. And
Yeah.
we're like, oh, never mind. Let's go.
Yeah, no, and then the announcement came, hey, it's going to be delayed. I'm like, what's the end of the night? So let's just run over to Star Tours because I
Yeah.
had a lightning lane for that, which took forever because I don't know if they shut down
Yeah.
cars.
Yeah, they probably did have only 2 cars running when usually it's 4, but it took forever in the lightning lane. And then, yeah, we finally got on it.
And I don't know if that's on purpose because maybe they just don't want people running around the park, so they kind of want to keep you there till they they have to kick you out.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is definitely going to be your last ride type of thing, So I'm wondering if that shutdown on Buzz was intentional now. I don't know. Well, we should ask some cast members, some shadow magic.
But they do make some rides slower because remember during the Splash Mountain thing,
Mm-hmm.
they said that they made the water current faster. So
Yeah.
Splash Mountain went faster the last day to
Yeah.
get everybody through.
Yeah.
But usually it's slower. So
Mhm.
they can speed
Yeah.
it up a little bit.
Yeah.
and slow it
And,
down.
and over an entire day, they probably got in like another 100 rides, another 100 boats. So who knows? So yes, closing down the parks can be fun, but especially if you're staying on property where you just got to walk back to your room.
Yeah, yeah.
If I had to
I
go on
agree.
get
If
a
I had
taxi
to
after that, I'd be like,
I would be like, no, I'm not.
or
staying.
go into the parking structure, I'd be like, okay, And then also if you're driving, then it's like you can't like enjoy like Olga's, get to drink and then you can't drive. So yeah, closing down the parks is fun if on property or if staying very close.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm out of there before fireworks. So I guess let's talk about we had to renew our passes.
So yes, we had to renew our passes, and we
So
renewed.
we didn't have to.
Well,
renew.
we
we decided
wanted
to
to
renew.
renew it right on the 30-day mark, and we actually got an email from Disney saying, "Hey, it's time to renew your passes." So we came home that day, that Monday on Labor Day, and we were like, "Okay, let's renew it."
Yeah.
And then right when we renew it, we were going to make a reservation for
Well,
October.
first of all,
Oh,
we couldn't.
yeah, we couldn't renew both at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, we used to just renew like both of ours together
Yeah,
all
like
the
we
time.
would just
we
put
bought
it in
them
one
together.
transaction.
Yeah, and then it wouldn't
And
let
then
us.
this year it's like,
And then you actually chatted, and then
I chatted, and the cast member was like,
just make two transactions.
just make two transactions. It costs the same. And I was like, is this a bot? Are you a bot? You got to be a bot.
Well, you're the one that wants AI to take over, so I think it has.
I was like, okay, thanks. And then it's like, fine, let's just whatever, two transactions. The only reason why I hesitated is because when there's pre-sales or ticketed events that has pre-sales for Magic key holders, it has been an instance once where one of our listeners was like waiting for hours for the Magic, I think it was for Oogie Boogie Bash, for Magic Key pre-sale. When they got to their turn in line, because you guys know it's like an 8-hour wait, when it was finally their turn, it said she wasn't eligible.
Right.
And then even with her being logged in, she finally found out it's because somebody else bought her Magic Key for her and something. I don't know. So that's why I was like, okay, let's just do it together so that doesn't happen, just in case. But I'm like, okay, I don't know if we're going to anything, but whatever, do it separately,
Yeah.
So that was the only reason. But yeah, we did it separately. And then after all this time, we couldn't make any reservations.
Yeah, because we had to wait.
We had to wait.
Past our expiration date.
Yeah. So now we finally can make reservations. And then we discovered, I know they always say there is like a big thing that says, be sure to check the calendar before you buy a Magic Key or whatever. So I was like, yeah, I know. So we just bought it. And then when we went to make a reservation, it was like, there's absolutely no Saturdays. We're blocked all Saturdays for the rest of the year,
Yeah.
starting October. And that was
And that wasn't the way last year.
Yeah, that's not how we remembered it. We remembered October, that's for sure, but not November and December.
And it wasn't, well, even in
Maybe some
October,
Decembers.
there was like early Saturdays you could go. Like the first two.
Yeah,
or something,
yeah.
you know.
Otherwise, we wouldn't have
Yeah.
purchased the Believe Key, right? Because we only go Saturdays.
hmm
Anyways.
Mostly, yeah.
Because I meant the first time we purchased it
Yeah.
was on a Saturday, right? So anyway, so we're like, we thought about it, and then we're like, okay, let's just upgrade.
Yeah.
And then.
Because you guys know how I feel about using PTO,
Right.
right? Because, I mean, depending on how much you earn a year, well, how much you're paid, one day of PTO
It's
is actually the difference between a pass and the next level of pass, So it's like,
And one day of PTO is more than a single ticket,
yeah,
Yeah. So, okay. And then we decided, like, oh, you know what? In the future, we're going to, save on hotel and maybe just do turnaround trips. So we'll drive. So the Inspire Pass comes with free parking. So that would benefit us too.
So we
okay, let's just
upgraded
do it.
So then you called.
And then I tried to upgrade online. I'm like, where do I go? What do I push? And so then I couldn't. So then I called and I was like, hello, we just renewed 10 minutes ago, but now we changed our mind and want to upgrade. And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. You can't upgrade over the phone or online. You have to go to the ticket booth.
It's like,
And then we live in San Diego, which is an hour and a half away.
and
So
so
we're like, okay.
but we're going to Orange County anyway tomorrow, Saturday, for other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're going to go see the Book of Mormon.
I'm being
The musical.
forced to.
You're whatever. You wanted to go. But anyways, so we're like, okay, we'll just go on Saturday tomorrow and, go to the ticket booth and upgrade or
Yeah.
whatever. And then today, as you guys all know, they just announced this morning that Inspire keys are sold out. Not paused sale. So no Magic keys are on sale again.
It's only good for renewal. So if we would have renewed, we would have gotten it.
Yeah.
Like if we would have done it right then.
I even called again so that we don't waste the trip. I was like, hey, so we would have renewed if you guys had the capability of letting us do it over the phone. But since you don't, now we missed it. Now you have to make an exception for me. And she's like, I'm sorry, we can't. It's paused for sale, worldwide or whatever. And I'm like, ugh. It's all your fault. It's not. Why don't you have? Okay, Apple, just buy them. Just buy them. Why don't they have the technology to allow us to upgrade? Why do we have to see a person to upgrade?
and you got to figure that the cost of seeing a person
Yes.
is like just having somebody working the booth.
Yeah.
Is just like, that's expensive. I mean, maybe you should always have somebody at the booth in case there was like an issue, because you can't go to like, the customer service that are inside the parks if they can't get in yet. So yes, I understand having a customer service person, but maybe you could have like half as many.
Because it's interesting that I cannot walk up to a person to buy a Dole Whip. I have to use my phone to buy a Dole Whip because it's mobile order only now.
Mm-hmm.
At least the last few times I went.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot order a Dole Whip in front of with a person.
Mm-hmm.
But for buying a ticket, I have to see. I cannot use my.
You can't
it's
use a
so
computer or
weird.
a phone. Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. So backwards.
So, what does that mean? Not
That means
much.
we're still believe key holders. But yes, first world problems. First world problems.
Yeah, it's like 0.005 world problems. It's not even, So yes, maybe I will, use what I call 17G. A lot of people, you don't know what that is if you're not in the HR world, but Department of Labor, if you are a salaried employee, if you do any work that day, you cannot be docked for any time that day. So if I work in the morning and we want to go see Disneyland in the afternoon, I don't have to use any PTO.
I think they'll stick with the closing down Disney thing now.
Yeah. And it's still. I mean, once January comes, we'll still be going on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So it is what it is, and we're pretty much. I mean, we got a new baby in the family that we're going to see. We have birthdays during October, so it's like we probably weren't going to be going a lot.
Yeah, we have a lot of
between
family
now and
stuff.
the end of the year
Yeah.
anyway. But since we did pay for the pass, I do want to go. I want to
Right.
use it, so I'm not going to
Not go for the rest of the year.
not go for the rest of the
I'm not gonna
year.
go till January.
Yeah, October. That's 3 months that we wouldn't use. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yes, we will be going, and I'll probably be using PTO at least 1 or 2 days. But it is what it is. But I should have. It's ultimately we should have checked the calendar, and it was my fault. I just wanted to get it over with because you get home and your wife is yelling at you to renew the pass. No, I'm just joking. I just it's my own thing. I'm just like, okay, let's get this over with because I don't.
I know. I was even gonna call and be like, let me just call to see how I can buy 2 together. But you already was like, oh, I already renewed mine. I'm like, well, I guess I have to renew mine too.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, like, I don't like the payment program really because it's still.
Oh yeah.
I don't like bills, and so I pay everything in cash. But that means that it still hurts.
Well, you see Xander's post about him crying and dancing.
It's like it's like you're gonna have fun for the rest of the year, but dumping the money all at once, it's like So,
Especially when you're mad at them. It's
especially
like,
when you're
"Oh, I
already
just
you're
gave you, like,"
annoyed. It's like,
yeah.
so yeah. I was already in a mood, but it is what it is.
Well, it got us thinking because today was the day that they released the Dream Key class action settlement, the
Mhm.
terms of that settlement. So Walt Disney Company agreed to pay $9.5 million
It's just nothing.
to settle, which is nothing to them. So this means that each member of the class gets a $67.41 check.
Yeah.
So, you don't have to do anything. It'll come in the mail, but it'll take, first the judge has to approve the settlement and then all that stuff. So it'll be months before you see that check. But that is, so I'm just wondering if they're just pausing and thinking of some people were speculating an ultimate pass where there's no reservations and it's super expensive and there's no reservations and no blockout dates. So I don't know.
Yeah. But I mean, the one big news really is that there are no Magic Keys for sale right now
Yes.
at all.
That's what I
So,
mean. Like, is it related? I don't know.
Yeah, but if you want a Magic Key, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Unless you're renewing.
Right.
So that's the only thing you can do.
Yes. So we're back to those dark days. I'm just kidding.
Those dark
Back to those
days.
dark days of no Magic Key sales.
Yeah. Which will pump up sales when they go back on sale.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, I guess if we want to upgrade later, we can.
No, because no. You know why? Because it starts at October 4th.
That's true.
So, no, I'm not giving you free money. I will upgrade, but not
Until we
for,
renew.
but for a deal, not for the half a year. No.
No, but I'm saying when we renew again next year,
Yes.
we could.
And then watch is like, oh, just kidding. We're paused again.
Promise again. We've been watching you. All right, what's next?
That's it.
That's it.
We have a long taste talk because it's 2-part this week.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well,
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
Okay, so first we'll talk about our Trader Sam's experience
okay.
and what we ate there.
Mhm.
So at Trader Sam's, we had the panko crusted long beans, which is pretty popular there.
I think we've had
We've
everything
had it
before.
before. Yeah, we've had everything before. I even tried to make this during the lockdown, remember? But
Oh, yeah.
I used non-long beans. I don't know.
Yeah.
My beans were fat.
Yeah. My beans were fat.
So, but the aioli was good. So, yeah, I made the aioli, and that was pretty accurate.
Mhm.
And then we had the pork gyoza,
Mhm.
which are dumplings.
Yep.
And
They're
the
pretty
sauce
good.
for that, I think, is like some type of mayo mixed with gochujang.
Mhm.
And then sweet and spicy wings.
Right.
All of those were good, but
Pretty good.
mostly Trader Sam's is the experience, like we said.
Yeah. Now the beans,
They were different.
it's almost like, I don't want to say it was a bad batch, but it's like I remember when we ate them with Kevin and Christina, and
They
it
were
was
soft.
I thought they were more crunchy last
Yeah.
time,
Oh no, they're too crunchy this time, like hard crunchy.
but they weren't hot either.
yeah,
They weren't as
yeah.
hot, so I don't know.
They were hard.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what made my tooth.
No, it's just your bad genetics. But
And that I eat bones and spit it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, I had wings and that I'm gonna blame it on
But
that.
they were still good though. I still ate a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I still they're still up there as one of the best snacks at Disney in my opinion. But for some reason I don't remember them being as
Yeah,
good as the ones we
Yeah,
had before.
the first time we ate them.
So
they were
I'm
good.
still gonna give it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the beans.
Yeah.
The girl, I think I'll give every one a 7.5.
Yeah, I liked everything.
But you don't go to Trader Sam's for the food really. It's for the
No,
experience.
for the drinks and experience.
Yeah.
And when we got there, I was lucky. I kept checking, and I got a random reservation, and it was like 2:10, which is a time that's an off-peak time, but still, I just snatched it. And when we got there, they were so full that they said that they don't take any more walk-ups with children,
Mm-hmm.
and no parties of more than 4.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. It was just all adults in there, and
Yeah.
So after a certain time, or when they feel like they're full, they will stop letting in under 21.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because we were at 10:30 at Olga's and
I know there were kids in
there was
Olga's.
kids.
Apparently, in a galaxy far away,
Yeah.
kids can be in bars.
Well, they can be elected queens, so I guess.
I guess, yeah.
It's Star Wars, yeah. And they could be Jedi. They could fight people.
Oh yeah,
to
they're
the death.
better Jedi. Yeah.
At 9 years old.
Yeah. So yeah, okay, so the main reason why we wanted to go back to Trader Sam's is we had heard about this drink
And
there.
we talked about this.
Yes, we talked about it before, but we didn't try it.
About how strong
This
zombie
drink called the Zombie is. Everybody, not everybody, but we've heard from several people who said, I took one sip and I couldn't finish it. And you know,
I took one sip, then I stopped.
and I stopped and I couldn't finish it. And then somebody else said, you know, it kicked my behind, and I'm like, dude, this is scary. Okay, let's just order one and see. You know, we'll share it. You know, and so you took a sip, and I have a video of you taking a sip, and it wasn't bad, right?
It's fine.
And I took a sip, and I'm like,
I mean, is it strong? Yeah, but it's not like
choking. I didn't choke or anything after I took a sip. You know?
yeah. It's really like you know. I don't know.
So then I was like, well, you know what? It's not that bad. I'll have one too. But we ordered one with the souvenir glass or souvenir tiki mug, and one without the mug. And so I had it and I thought it was good. So let me tell you what's in it. It's the Mount Gay Eclipse rum, Bacardi Reserves rum, Hamilton 151 rum, tropical juices, and falernum and cinnamon.
Yeah.
So it wasn't bad. It tastes really good though. So I did go take a long nap afterwards. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Maybe it's because I grew up in San Diego where they had all the I don't know what you call it. Had Everclear, you know, which is like almost like pure alcohol to drink. It was spicy, but I think it was kind of good, you know.
Yeah, it was good. I like the way it tastes. It's really good. Yeah, maybe because I'm Vietnamese and I grew up on cognac. I don't know. I didn't think it was that strong.
Well, this is what you said afterwards. You're not drunk, are you sure?
Yeah. I said I was born with cognac in my blood.
That's Tracy after the.
Yeah, it sounds like my mom's an alcoholic or something. Or my mom never drank before. I was born with cognac in my blood.
So, yeah, I don't know if we're just lushes or.
Or Disney changed the recipe because everybody complained it was too strong.
I don't think people would complain it was too strong.
Yeah.
But I think people might think it's too strong. To complain it would be too strong would be weird.
Well, not complain, but you know how bartenders, because the bartenders there are kind of like personal with you, right? So they could have had a lot of people take one sip and be like,
I saw
"Ooh."
reviews of people who went like that.
Oh.
Well, not the same week, but the same month, like in August.
Yeah.
And they were just saying the same thing. It's so strong. I'm just like,
Yeah, like I came in there like, okay, let's just order one and share it, because just in case, you know.
yeah, we ended up buying two.
I ended up having my own. And
Yeah, it's so funny.
I could have had another one. And I'd be fine. Just kidding. Well, I did take a long nap.
Yeah,
so-
it knocked you out, but you were able to walk back to the hotel room okay.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Took some pictures.
Yeah.
that
I'll
weren't
post a video
blurry.
of you talking about the cognac in your blood. But yes.
But yes, so we tried a bunch of Disneyland known strong drinks this week or that day. So the Zombie was the first one. The second one we tried before, but this is what we were drinking when the family came up to us for the wallet. But we weren't like drunk or anything. It was the watermelon margarita. It's a seasonal drink at Bayside Brews in DCA. And several people on TikTok, now, again, this is TikTok, so I don't know how true it is, but several people on TikTok said it's the strongest drink in DCA. I was like, I disagree. I would say the R&D Martini might be a bit stronger. But
Yeah.
anyways,
The strongest theme drink, because still, just if you go to the Magic Key Terrace or Carthay Circle,
oh yeah,
The
you get straight whiskey and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Manhattan will still knock you.
Yes.
I
I
like
think they
the-
meant strong margarita because supposedly they said it was 14% ABV.
Yeah. So I would agree it's the strongest margarita.
Yeah.
But although the Cadillac margarita that used to be at Rita's was pretty strong. So I don't know.
We
But
haven't tried the new one yet, so maybe it's the
Yeah.
same.
We'll have to see.
But yes, it's good. I mean, I taste the alcohol more in that margarita than in the zombie.
Yeah.
So,
But here's the thing about the zombie, though. The zombie, I recommend.
mhm.
Like it was, when I say it's not strong, I'm not saying I'm so tough. It's not strong. No, I'm saying it's like it's strong, but it actually tastes good. So
Yes,
it's like
a cocktail. It tastes
yeah.
like a.
So if you want a strong cocktail, get the zombie.
Mhm.
But it's not strong because to me it's kind of like when you talk about spiciness on wings
Yeah.
and stuff. Like there's spiciness levels that are so hot that you can't taste anything.
Right.
It's just it's hot for the sake of hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It doesn't even add flavor.
Mhm.
And then there's alcohol that's just strong for the sake of strong.
Yeah.
Right? This isn't strong for the sake of strong. It's like still tastes good. Like you could enjoy yourself
Right.
and drink it, and it's going to give you a nice kick, but it's not
But
like
you won't taste that.
you're not going to be like
strongness.
ugh.
Yeah.
It's like yeah.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying it's not as strong as everyone kind of portrays it to be, it's a compliment to the drink. It's not like a diss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes. So the watermelon margarita.
Now the margarita is a little sour though.
Yes.
So if you
And I
like
don't-
sour stuff, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah.
But some people don't like sour.
Yeah, I
So
don't.
I want to give them a heads up.
Mhm. It's pretty tart.
Hmm.
Okay, and then the final thing is at Oga's Cantina. Now you wouldn't think there is a strong drink there, but it's not on the menu. It's on the secret menu. It's called Jet Juice. And I just read that this is Star Wars canon Jet Juice. It's a shooter.
Mm-hmm.
So in the picture, you probably can't tell, but I did have a picture of Grogu next to it. But it's a little cup. It's a shooter.
Yeah, it's
a
about
shooter.
the size of like a soju shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's basically bourbon, ancho chili liqueur, acai liqueur, white grape juice, and lemon juice.
Yeah.
No
No ice.
No ice.
Yeah, so it's all liquid. It's
Mhm.
all liquor.
All liquor. It's a shooter, so it's strong
Hmm.
because it's a shooter. I don't know if you're supposed to shoot it or sip it, but I just sipped it.
Yeah, I shot it. Well, I shot half of it.
Half of it, yeah.
First I sipped it and then boom.
And
And it tastes like it sounds.
Yes.
It tastes like
it's
tasty
strong
jet
juice.
juice. Yeah, yeah.
So I really liked it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
order
really
it
good.
again. It's actually worth the
Hmm.
So I
we
mean,
got 2 rounds of them.
because two drinks max, so I was like, well, might as well get
Yeah.
2 of these.
The fuzzy tauntaun's more fun because of the
Mhm.
numbing foam
Mhm.
on your tongue and stuff. But this is more of like a Star Wars drank. You know? The only thing that it could have that's stronger would be like death sticks. That would be canon, So when they come out with that, hey, it better be. Till then, jet juice. Mhm.
Yes, I jet juice all day.
All right. Okie dokie.
So that was our day of drinking.
Right.
So the Disney Cruise Line just announced and released their newest ship called the Disney Treasure. And on the Disney Parks blog, you can see they give you kind of like an inside look on it has the theming is more like Disney animation and Pixar. It's a 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise from Florida. And the first cruise sets sail on December 21st, 2024.
Yeah.
So inside of it, you'll see a Plaza de Coco, some sweet stuff from Zootopia, like I think it's like a candy store. And the first time ever, you'll see like nostalgia and lore from theme park attractions like Disney's park inspired venues abroad, the Disney Treasure called Skipper Society. So that's themed after the Jungle Cruise. There's a Skipper Society Lounge. Periscope Pub is 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, and that's a Disney World attraction that closed in 1994. So it probably pays homage to that. And then there's also a Tomorrow Tower Suite. So it's like the first time ever a ship is themed after, like, parks, I guess. So yeah, excited to.
So what are you still wanting to do the Disney cruise next year, knowing that we now have hurricanes in Mexico?
I think it's okay. I don't know.
It's so easy for you to get scared. She hears a noise. She's like, what?
What? No.
If I go away for business, she doesn't stay at home. She goes to her mom's house.
Well, I mean, it's Disney. Can we just lock ourselves in the cabin?
Yeah, unless it overturns the entire
But
ship.
then it's 4 days.
Yeah. Yep. Well,
And there's Catalina Island in between. So if anything, we can swim to Catalina Island.
it's not Catalina. It's not in between.
I thought there was one that stops at Catalina Island and then goes
That
to
was the one
Ensenada.
from way up there. Catalina Island is north of us.
Yeah, but there was a ship that
the
does
ship
that.
the cruise that we're going starts in San Diego. It goes down and then comes back. So
There's nothing in between.
water.
Maybe we'll just do that that cruise that just goes up and down the California coast. But it's not Disney, so
Make it
no,
Disney.
I'll go. When's like non-hurricane season? It's March.
I don't know.
We're going in
man.
March.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know when the water heats up. These
You know,
days.
it's 4 days. It's fine.
Okay.
As long as there's enough food for 4 days, in case we get trapped.
Dope's gonna be mad at me for trying to scare you out of something Disney.
Just scare me out of leaving the city. Like, I ain't leaving Southern California. No, I'm staying here.
It's funny because you're not scared of earthquakes. You're scared of everything but earthquakes.
Yeah, because I grew up in earthquakes, I guess. I was here when the Northridge quake hit.
The funny thing is people who visit California are
They're
terrified
scared.
of earthquakes.
Yeah.
Even if one doesn't happen, it's like,
Yeah.
I know you guys have earthquakes. And what's funny is there's a big fault. Like, there's 2 big faults on the East Coast that haven't done anything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you talk to some geologists, they'll tell you that, like, earthquakes, because you know how they're always saying that there's going to be the big one,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and I don't know if that'll ever happen, but they don't know when. I think it will always happen. If you predict something big's going to happen eventually, you know,
If it'll
between-
happen, yeah.
yeah. If you predict a comet's going to hit the Earth, yeah, it's just, is it going to happen, next year? Is it going to happen 1,000 years from now?
years.
Right. But they say, some have a theory that the more smaller earthquake you have, that it releases energy,
Mm-hmm.
so it lessens the likelihood of giant, like 8.5
Yeah.
type magnitude quakes. So I don't know, and so
I
I'm more
think I
scared
still want to
to
go on a cruise.
be on the East Coast where the faults haven't done anything, even though they're
Yeah.
they're just building up energy until it snaps. All right.
Okay, so the next one is holofoil Elsa card. Sells for
Yeah.
over $1,000. Is that Lorcana
Yeah,
card thing?
Lorcana. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So
Should we get into that?
no, you're into
Okay,
enough
no.
stuff. Enough nonsense. Your BTS,
Yeah.
Disney.
Oh, yeah, I'll
and
collect BTS cards.
yeah.
Even though I only have 3, so it's fine.
your magic crowns and bracelets and
Yeah, but these you can trade for money, like BTS cards.
yes,
Some things are worth more than others, and you can,
you don't just have cognac in your blood; you also have gambling in your blood. I think that's kind of cool that it's taking off, because I think there's a lot of cards that were selling in the hundreds. Like there was a Mickey
Whoa.
Magician card that sold for like almost $400.
This thing just started. How does things go up in value when it just started?
Demand. So when things just start, you'll see a big demand, and sometimes like Beanie Babies.
Like, how
I
do
don't
you know
think
what's
are worth-
rare? if it just started? How do you know
Well,
it's-
sometimes they announce certain things that are rare,
oh,
you know. But yeah, when something first starts, I think what happened is that in the when we were kids, you know, especially me, we all had these baseball cards, and especially the ones that were back of the Twinkies and the Hostess boxes, and everybody had them. We put them in bicycle spokes to make them go brrr, you know. We did all these things, and then we became adults, and now there were tens of thousands of dollars. And so I think a lot of Gen Xers were like, ugh. And then we complained to our younger siblings and our kids. So now everything like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, everybody became a collector. You know, comic books. You know, we had comic books. I had comic books that I had as a kid that I don't even want to look at the prices now because I know my mom either just threw them out or they're just whatever, and somebody has it. I mean, they're probably not in good condition because I didn't, you know, quote unquote box them, you know, box and board them like the way you're supposed to. But yeah, there's comic books that I know that I purchased at like just a regular store that are worth thousands now. Like I had like the Dark Phoenix saga, like first edition. I had like, you know, Wolverine's first appearance, you know, and it's just like, I don't even want to know how much those things are worth, you know. But when you're a kid, you're buying them to actually read comics.
right. Well, like
So-
Pokemon cards, right? My sister
Yeah.
had them, but she didn't sell them, but she gave them away because she at that when she was over it, she was like, okay, here, you know, you can have it or whatever.
Yeah.
But now she's like, oh shoot, I'm scared to look and see what I
Yeah, she
did.
probably- yeah, you don't want to know. You don't want to
So
know.
now she collects K-pop photo cards, which are now.
Yeah. So who knows? I mean, will they be worth something in the future? I am sure. I mean, if they're rare, if anything is actually has a scarcity to it, it can be worth something. But I don't know if these are going to like, you know, ever sell for like $1 million or something like
Yeah.
that. But we'll see.
Yeah. So let's see what else is going on. Oh, the Heartbeat of New Orleans. There's going to be a new show at the Rivers of America called The Heartbeat of New Orleans, a living mural at the Rivers of America. It goes along with the Tiana and New
Mhm.
Orleans theming. So we're excited to see.
Is
I mean,
that
I
going
don't
to?
know. I don't think it's replacing Phantasmic.
Oh, okay, but is it replacing the Phantasmic band, that jazz band that's out there?
Maybe. Yes, probably. So it starts September 29th, a limited time offer. It tells a short story, whimsical tale of a mischievous little frog from the bayou that leaps into the lively heartbeat of New Orleans. So it's probably like does replace that little band and just for a limited time.
Someone
Yeah.
gonna be dressed as a frog. I hope so.
I don't know. So it's jazz music, more jazz music and things like that. So that's exciting.
Cool.
Well, that's all we have today.
Well, I would say that you gave like your catch-up things for Ahsoka the last episode,
Yes.
and you know how to get caught up. And
It
I will
paid off if you listened to me.
Ooh, boy, because episode this is nothing. This is nothing spoiler, so don't worry. But man, the world is on fire after
Yes.
episode 4.
Freaked out. Everybody freaked out.
And it's not even freaked out from a situation of like there was a big reveal.
Yeah,
well, there
nothing like
kind of is
that.
a couple of big reveals,
a
but
lot of fan service stuff.
not fan service in the sense of like, oh yeah, I recognize that person, even though there is someone you will recognize, but more of this is the most Star Wars thing since the prequels, in the
Yes.
sense of fighting, in the sense of story,
Yes.
in the sense
Lore.
of lore.
Yep.
I mean, it is like, and this is kind of like the prequel to what's going to happen this coming week, because this isn't even the one that was directed by Dave Filoni.
Ah,
Dave Filoni's directing episode
next
5.
one.
Yeah, so everyone wants to see where it's paid off. There's a big cliffhanger,
yes.
and literally, I'll spoil this. She did fall off a cliff. It's a literal cliffhanger. But, I mean, it's the Ahsoka show, so, I mean, it'll be all right.
But yes, if you watch Tales of the Jedi, the Ahsoka episodes that I told you to watch, you will be like, that's why Tracy told me to watch that.
Yeah.
If after you watch this episode.
So yeah, if you all the YouTube channels on Rotten Tomatoes, 100%.
Yes, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Now, Rotten Tomatoes may be just casual fans, but 100%.
But the
It's
fact
just
that it
not
is
us.
casual fans makes it even
Yeah,
more.
it's just not
because
us
Most of
nerds,
you are
you know.
casual fans.
Yeah, right. It's not
So-
us going crazy because we're nerds. It's like normal people going crazy too.
There were people. I think even Johnny said like, "I'm in."
Yeah, Johnny's like, I'm fine.
And
I'm
he's
in.
somebody he didn't watch the
yeah.
animated stuff,
Yeah,
and he's like, "Okay, now you got me." You
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
So yeah, you gotta catch up, and if you need to catch up, that's fine too.
yes. And then
So-
afterwards, listen to Johnny's series, and
Mhm.
you'll get more.
Yeah, keep listening to
lore.
the DMSW
Mhm.
podcast, and yeah. So yeah, that's it. Just a little advice for you guys. There's some good stuff,
Not
right
gonna
now.
lie, I did tear up a little bit. I'm not.
Yeah.
I didn't really tear, but
Yeah,
I'm like,
you teared
"Aw."
up. Tracy's all
but-
macho.
Yeah, I did. But you know who did cry like a baby? Not like a baby. Did he really cry like a baby?
He's about to.
Oh, okay.
A Star Wars theory is somebody.
He cried like a baby when Luke came out
Mhm.
in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, Google Star Wars theory crying.
And then, Pablo Hidalgo made fun of him, who's the director,
Well,
an
he's
executive.
gone now,
Yeah,
though.
he's gone after he made fun of.
I don't know if that's why he's gone because it was like a year later, but yeah. Yeah.
He's an executive at Lucasfilm. He was.
Mhm.
But anyways.
So yeah, go watch that. Enter our giveaway, Magic Crown, Frontierland. I don't think you can get them anymore. And we will be back next week. I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.